I want to show you exactly what internet scammers are doing on the internet to scam people. Now, internet scammers are creating scam videos. They are able to take photos of people and come up with a video of that person doing something which they have created using artificial intelligence. You see, there are internet scammers who worship the devil. Because they worship the devil, what they do is they use knowledge. They use knowledge against people. In other ways, they have weaponized knowledge. These are followers of the devil. Now, this is a photo of me, myself. It's a photo. It can either come from Facebook, it can come from anywhere, okay? And it's got a transparent background, that's why it's appearing dark in the background, okay? Now, I'll show you another photo. This is a photo of Rihanna, the artist, alright? You know Rihanna, she's a very popular artist. Now, instead of Rihanna, it could be somebody's wife, okay? And instead of me, it could be somebody's husband. And a devil worshipper can take these two and merge them and make them do other things, all kinds of things, okay? Now, let me give an example of what is possible, alright? So, I will go to a website called lantai.com, alright? Lantai.com is an AI website, alright? They generate images, they generate things, okay, using artificial intelligence. So I'm gonna pick this option to create an AI kiss video, okay? I am on lantai.com and I'm generating this AI kiss video, okay? So I go to do image, okay? Then I select an image, okay? So I go down here and I take an image of me, which could come from Facebook or it can come from anywhere, okay? And I take an image of Rihanna, okay? Now the Rihanna image has loaded, but my image has not loaded. So it seems there is an issue because the image must be 5 megabytes or less. Let me take this. Okay, so as you can see, I've got two images. I've got an image of myself and I've got an image of Rihanna. So I'm going to make these two kiss. Now imagine, this could be anybody's husband and anybody's wife. And a devil will be in the background and he wants to create malicious content that can make these people look like they are going out. You see? Now, look, let me create this, okay? Let me create this. These things don't even cost a lot of money. The demos are free, and if they charge you very little money, so everybody basically can afford. You understand? Meaning that they can pay online for any online service that they want to pay for. It's that easy. So the video is being generated now, okay? To take a little bit of time, okay? But when the video is generated, it's gonna look very realistic. Now that in itself is dangerous, because you know what that means? It means that people can tell between a true video, a real video, and a fake video, okay? They'll both look real. So be careful with what you call real on the internet. A lot of videos are being generated using the computer. They are using artificial intelligence. So you must know the person. If at all someone is sending malicious content on the internet, just know that they've got evil intentions. It is not the truth that they are revealing to you. What they are revealing to you is the hate that they have for that person. There is no child of God who goes out there and uses hate and say that is how God intended society to operate. No, society was never intended to operate with hate. The only people who use hate are children of the devil. You must understand that. Everybody who knows Jesus knows that Jesus uses the Bible to make us understand how to live and how to solve problems. Jesus does not use the internet to spread hate. No, not even his followers. We don't do that. We are children of Jesus and we always put peace ahead of everything. Now look, when you go back to the book of Daniel, it says, but you, Daniel, keep these words secret and seal the book until the end times. Many will travel everywhere and knowledge will grow. Now let me tell you something. If I go to Google and say mass mission, okay? Mass mission is going to tell me current mass missions in 2026 focus on finding signs of ancient life and preparing for human exploration. Now, let's go back. The video has been created, okay? I can download it. The video is downloaded. And I can play it, okay? Can you see that? The video looks real, okay? Yes, of course, I'm using two different backgrounds, so you could tell from the backgrounds, but look, that is a very small issue. This issue can easily be sorted out, okay? What I want you to see is that these two people are not in any form of relationship and they don't even know each other. And somebody is creating something rubbish. Now suppose they knew each other. Imagine what kind of malicious content can go on the internet to make these people look like they are bad people. Okay? Yeah. So now look. Let's do this. Let's replace this. Let's replace this with this other image. I've simply replaced the image and said create the video again. You see what will happen. Okay, it's going to take a bit of time, okay? It's generating. As soon as it's generated, I'll let you know. Alright, yeah. So speaking of missions, already there is talk of human beings being multiplanetary, meaning that they are making missions, they are preparing to send humans to Mars, okay? When humanity reaches Mars, humanity will settle on Mars, and humanity will also settle on other planets. Now, you know what that means? It means that they may not even see the need for Earth. They may just say, blow it up. Now imagine parts of the world like Africa, like Zambia, where people don't Google, people don't find out things from the internet. Imagine what would happen. You understand? It would just be blown up. And some people may say it's an impossibility. It is not an impossibility because knowledge is growing. We all must grow. When you are a Christian and you are serious, you are a Christian, you are supposed to always be researching. You are supposed to always be reading. You are supposed to always be finding out what is new. So that when you start to see all these videos being generated on the internet using artificial intelligence, you should be able to tell that this is not true. This is false. Okay? Images are being generated using computer. False images. You see guys, there are people who hate us. They don't like us Christians and they are ready to fight us using anything that they have. These are children of the devil. They want the devil to look like he is where God is. God has a name. His name is Yahweh and his name is sacred. Now let me tell you something. Let me go to the Bible and let me show you Exodus. Exodus 20 verse 2. Exodus 20 verse 2. Okay? Now I'm reading from the Names of God Bible because it hasn't changed the Hebrew words. The important words in Hebrew, it has made them to stay the way they are. Now look, Exodus 20 chapter 2 says, I am Yahweh your Elohim who brought you out of slavery in Egypt. Meaning that Yahweh is our Elohim. Yahweh is God. You can see this from the screen. Okay, Yahweh is God. Now look, let's go back to this video. Okay, let me download it. And let me play it. There you are. Can you see that? Can you see that? Now imagine these people were workmates, or maybe the boss and the secretary. and somebody creates such content. You understand? Like I told you, the devil is at work. So be aware and be informed. Keep researching. Have knowledge. Learn to Google. If you see anything malicious about me, Google me. Do you know who I am? You must know who I am. Let me show you who I am, okay? This is my credential. You see, I have a bachelor in IT security degree. It is not a small thing. How many people in this world have a bachelor of IT security degree? It means I know IT infrastructure inside out. Okay? I understand programming inside out. I am an IT expert. Talk about databases. I know what they are. I know how to operate them. Talk about operating systems. I am an operator of heterogeneous systems. I can create a network using different operating systems all working together. You understand? I am a systems engineer. I'm many things. I'm a software engineer. I'm many things. Look at my university degree. It is not a small degree. And let me tell you something. I'm not somebody who ended up just on a bachelor's degree. Okay? I am somebody who went further and studied a master's and started a master's degree. Okay? I got admission, but I didn't finish the course. Let me show you my admission certificate. Okay? That one first. Let's look at this. How? Okay, in any case, when you just see what is here, okay, this is an invoice to SMC University, okay, and this invoice is for distance learning MBA in Information Security Management. So I did start a Master's of Business Administration specializing in Information Security Management, meaning that in my master's degree, I needed to do 8 business courses and 4 cybersecurity courses. Alright. So I started and I almost finished. I went up to just above halfway. Okay? Just above halfway. So I only have, just that I had financial problems, so I couldn't finish. Okay? But I'm a very qualified person. I'm not someone who is from the street. I am a very qualified person. So you must know who I am, so that if the devil starts to say other things about me, you should know that it does not match with who I am. Okay? You see, guys, I even got admission to Charisma University. Okay? I got admission to do a Doctor of Philosophy degree in Cybersecurity Administration. It's just that, like I told you, my plans could not execute because I ran out of financial resources. I was expecting resources to come from somewhere which never actually materialized. But you could clearly see that Charisma University regarded me as someone who can finish a Doctor of Philosophy degree in cybersecurity. That's why they gave me admission. Now, when you Google these universities, these are big universities. These are universities that have a lot of people attending them. You understand? If you look at where I got my bachelor's degree from, SMC University, let me show you. Let me Google it. Oh, by the way, my cybersecurity degree was created by the Royal United Services Institute, okay, in collaboration with SMC University. Now, this is a big think tank in military sciences. This talk about military technologies. So, I am weaponized like a military guy. You understand? I'm militarized in cybersecurity. You understand? So, I'm not a simple guy. That's why I do not use my skills for destructive purposes. I use my skills to help people, to be a blessing to people. That is why I'm a Christian. That is why Yahweh Elohim is my God. Because I know that my first duty is to love my neighbor as I love myself. And my second duty is to protect my neighbor and make sure my neighbor is safe. Okay? So I do not use my skills for things which are malicious. Okay? Now, guys, now that you have learned something about me, those are not my only qualifications. There are other qualifications that I have. I'm a very educated person. So I will not be associated with anything small, malicious, and stupid. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, I have to use terms like stupid to mean things which are completely petty and out of range of somebody who is an academic person like me. I am not a simple person. I'm very educated. I am not boasting. I am telling you this because I can tell you that without education, we are going nowhere. Okay? You can see how the world is going. Humanity is going to be interplanetary. What are we doing ourselves here in Zambia? Are you doing something about it yourself? How are you researching? You see, guys, I am somebody who believes that when you have a project to do, you have to remove time. That's why I can stay as many nights as possible just researching, just getting the job done. Because as you can see from my academic qualifications, I have a bachelor's degree in IT security. I went into a master's degree and I actually got into it and went more than halfway. Okay, and I got admission to a Doctor of Philosophy degree. So I'm not a simple guy. Okay, guys. So be blessed in Jesus' name. Amen.